Hey guys, you know who it is. It's your boy the Trash Elf here. It's a beautiful Wednesday. Um, nice fall day. We're getting up into the upper 70s and it started off in the 50s, so a nice warm day and perfect day to go sourcing. And as I was thinking about going and sourcing, it made me think of a kind of multi-parter tip that I could give, kind of related a little bit to the end of my last video and my last video. So hopefully you guys have seen that. If you haven't, then be sure to go back and watch it. But I went sourcing on Monday and I only hit up a couple places because Mondays just aren't great sourcing days in my area. So this tip is figure out what days like your stores restock on and things. And in my area, the Goodwills, they focus on pulling stuff on Mondays. If you talk to the workers, you can find out what they're pulling. And here's another fast tip: figure out what the new color is that week. Goodwills, a lot of them use different colors either on the tags or on the barbs, and that can save you time on looking at stuff because you only look at the new stuff if you find out what color's going to be put out that week. And then chances are like you can find the good new stuff that they just put out and save time in the store. So that's a free little bonus tip. But my real focus was going to be on like what day you're sourcing. And around here, Mondays and Tuesdays are they're wiped out from the weekends and they're worried about pulling the old colors. And so really the best days for me to source are Wednesday and Thursdays because the weekends get too busy with just regular shoppers. And around here, like, we do have a decent amount of resellers too, but some of them do it part-time and things, so they aren't out during the week, so they only source on the weekends, so the weekends aren't good. And then the stores are wiped out on Mondays and Tuesdays and they're pulling old stuff. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are the best day for me to go sourcing. So the tip is just figure out what days work for you. Like maybe the weekends are good in your area. Maybe not a lot of people get around, or maybe the stores don't get wiped out on the weekends and they stock well, and maybe Monday and Tuesdays are good days for you. So just talk to the workers at your different stores and build that connection. And you don't have to say you're like, but just ask, like, just be curious about it and talking to people and everything. And if you're comfortable with letting them know you're a reseller, then they might be able to hold back stuff for you and things, and you can get some deals that way. Or if you're in there a lot, like especially if it's more of a mom and pop instead of a chain store, like buying a lot, like they'll give you some better deals and things. So just keep that in mind as you're sourcing, and try to figure out what days work for you. And I wouldn't say keep a journal per se, like you don't really have to write it down, but just kind of remember in your head like what days you find good stuff and what days you don't. And if you notice a pattern in things, and start trying to go more on the days that you do well on. So I'm going to head on out, hit up a few stores and get some sourcing, and I'll catch you in a little bit. And maybe try to get some footage in the store. I'm still getting good at that, like, or trying to get better at that. The last video, if you haven't saw, I had a little wreck with the cart trying to film and push the cart at the same time. But I'll catch you all, and I hope to have some good stuff to show you here in a few minutes. So another beautiful day here. Yesterday I did pretty good at a few stops, and today I'm going to make a few more stops. And then when we get back, I'll show you everything I found, some of the stuff I listed just from the car and already sold and things. So stay tuned to see everything I found that you can make money on too, and find yourself at the local thrift stores. So I did pretty good in there. I took a little longer than I would have liked because I wasn't there last week, so I had to look for two different colors. But I found a Tommy Bahama silk shirt, some Levi shorts for a good price, and a few other things that I'll show you here in a little bit when I get back. But now I'm off to the next stop. Okay, I'm heading into my last stop for today, but so far it's been pretty good. Definitely worth the time. No skunks and things. And the last clip you saw, I found that new printer and things, which will sell good. So hopefully I can continue the luck and find some more stuff at this last stop here. Okay, so I made it back home and took care of some things, and now it's time to start sorting and processing everything that I found or whatever. And um, my method of this is just going one bag at a time or one receipt at a time more, and logging what I bought from that place and how much it was for. And then if it's an Amazon item, just scanning it in, and I pile it off to the side. And then when I get a big enough pile, I send that stuff into Amazon. So here's like a small pile of things that I've started to build for Amazon, so you can see that. Um, but that way, like, I have that, and then the eBay stuff I fold up. It's normally closed, so I fold it up nicely and set it to the side. And then when I'm done processing, I start taking pictures of the items and then listing. And a lot of times I'll dedicate and just take pictures of a group of things all at once, so 5, 10, 20 items at a time. And that way I can get in the groove. But here's a tip for you when it comes to listing: spread out when you list items. So I've found for me that it's better if I list 5 items a day for 5 days than to list all 25 in one day. Like, you do risk missing a sale because the item wasn't listed, but for search results and the algorithm and things, eBay likes you to have an active account and appear active, and listing is a way you can do that. Sales also helps with that, and I tend to find, like, once I sell one item, then another one sells and another one, and it just keeps picked up and keeps building. So that's a reason. Here's another tip when listing of, or like, to keep your account active: don't be afraid to accept an offer. Like, I put best offer on everything that I list, and I'm willing to go down 10 or 20%, no questions, on pretty much everything I find, because it's better to sell the item and get your upfront cost back and the little profit, and sacrifice 10 to 20% profit to get your upfront money back and keep your account active, and to flip through and burn through things faster, because cash flow is extremely important when reselling. And if all your money is tied up in inventory and you're being picky, trying to maximize the profit on everything, you're going to run into cash flow problems extremely fast. So I'm going to start organizing and sorting things, and I'll come back and show you some of the stuff I found, and I'll have the camera flipped around so you can see the items itself. So here in a second you'll see some of the stuff I found. Okay, so some of the first stuff I found is this HP ink. It's already sold. I actually listed this stuff in the car. With eBay being able to take out the background on the first picture or whatever, it makes it easy to just list stuff in the car and make the background white. I paid $1 a piece for these, and I ended up selling them. One set I sold for 15, and then I listed them for $16.95, and somebody bought one straight up. So and then I found these Kobe shoes. They're in a little rough shape, especially on the metal part, but these are a nice pair of Kobe's. And this is another pair of Kobe's that's, again, has some flaws. The bottom's starting to pill on them a little, but if you look up these shoes, I don't know, there's the art number in there if you want to look them up, and they're 2015 Kobe's. You can see that even with that little bit of damage, they're good. And then some all black Jordans. The toe box is a little creased, which people don't like, but they're actually a lot better than they were. I already ironed these. So another tip on leather shoes like Jordans, you can iron them. And if you want me to do a tutorial video on how to iron out creases, like, these creases are really bad, like, so they improve, but they're still not perfect. You're not going to get super deep creases out because those are '07 shoes and things, but you can iron out creases on shoes. So the next thing, so that was one store. At this next Goodwill, I found some dress shirts. So these, most of you probably know what this is, but it's a dry cleaner tag. So leave the dry cleaner tags on when you're taking the pictures, because customers will like to see that that shirt has been dry cleaned. It means there's likely not any stains and that it's in good condition. These are this brand that you can see here, 16.5, so a bigger size, and all three of these are the same brand, and that's why I grabbed them, is because they were all the same brand. So on something like this, you could list all three of them together and then just get that one person looking for that one that really likes that brand, and they'll buy them as a lot, and you can get a higher average sell price that way, because instead of selling them for... So the video cut out on me for some reason, but what I was saying is you could sell them all for 50 and instead of selling them individually for 20, and yeah, you sacrifice $10, but you save money on shipping to one person if you lot these shirts together. And so I'm still debating, because they're spring colors, and right now it's October and things, so people may not be looking for spring stuff, but don't be afraid about the color, because somewhere somebody doesn't care about the color, and overseas in other countries it's different seasons. So the next tip is look for new things. So believe it or not, on eBay, I can't remember the exact statistics. I think it's about 80% of the items sold on eBay are new, not used. And I do way better when I list new things versus the used stuff. The used stuff can take longer to sell, where the new stuff sells a lot faster. So I found these Hagger pants, and these Hagger pants are actually going to Amazon. If you sell on Amazon, Hagger is awesome. I can pretty much always find a pair or two at every Goodwill new, and they sell for good money. So then the other thing I found is this Joseph Abode, which, as you can see, they were 40 new. So the other thing I found is these Joseph Abodes, and it's a designer E-ish brand, like... So they were worth it to pick up. So I'm going to keep sorting and come back and show you some other stuff. Okay, so the next stop was actually a St. Vincent de Paul, and I've already taken the barbs off, but I left them on this one so you could see, like I said, the tip that I gave the other day, or maybe it was earlier in this video, but it was to find out the color of the week and focus on that color, so you're looking at the new stuff. So I found these pair of Levi's 560, and you may have saw that the size was on the bar, but if not, it's on the tag, because this pair of Levi's, it's not on here. Normally it is on there, but that pair it's not. I found a decent Under Armour polo. At this place, shirts are only $4.50. And then they give you some other deals if you spend more than $20. I found this Nike polo. I saw this logo and I wasn't familiar with it. It's apparently like a French rugby team, but I looked it up. So if you see something different or unique or weird like that, look it up and you could be surprised. And then I found this Untuck It shirt, which I've started to find Untuck It shirts more. They're becoming more common in the thrift stores, which is nice because you can find them now, and I actually like wearing them. And I found three Untuck It shirts that I personally wear that I kept, because new they are $80 to $100, but now the used prices have came down a lot because they are showing up at Goodwills now, that they're a more common brand, or a more out there brand, but they're still a brand worth grabbing. Okay, so this next haul, you've seen some of this stuff because it was in the cart when I found it at the store, but found this nice new DeskJet 2542 HP printer. Again, on the new trend, found some Ralph Lauren like polyester pants. Also found these Dickie pants. These are actually going to Amazon. One thing I do want to point out on these is the Goodwill got the bright idea to Sharpie out this barcode. I'm assuming it was the Goodwill, because I don't know why someone would have did that on their own. So be cautious on that. I'm still sending them in as new and taking that risk because I don't think anyone's going to care. A belt or shirt would cover that part, and they still have the new tag, but technically on Amazon policies, those would not be new. I found these fabric care kits. Used to sell them on Amazon all the time. Now there's some issues with hazardous because they're cleaning supplies and things. So be careful on this sort of stuff for Amazon. If you're buying it for Amazon, it may say you can send it in and sell it. And then when you go to try to sell it, it'll say that it's under hazmat review or something, and you have to provide documentation, and it's just a hassle. So these I'm going to sell on eBay because they're still worth a little bit on eBay. And then I found these Depends diapers. So these diapers have become another big thing that I've been finding to sell on Amazon. So don't be embarrassed to buy these. I'm a 30-year-old man, so at first I was like embarrassed to check out with these, but then when I found out how much money you can make on them, I got over that very quickly because they do sell and you tend to find multiple packs at a time. Probably the sad reality is someone probably passed away and then didn't need them anymore. So don't be afraid to buy these or any other disposable type products. As you'll see, I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek. I bought these women's like maxi pad things too or whatever for to send in to Amazon as well, because anything like this do well because people use them up and they have to buy more. Okay, so the next stuff I found was this, and this one's a $5 lottery ticket. It's kind of funny because somebody at a yard sale tried to get 50 cents for it and I guess fell, but it's new. The sales rank is a bit over 2 million, which I generally try to avoid, but being a Christmas book, I'm thinking maybe it'll pop, and it is $30 is what I'm sending it in for. Again, more haggers. These are actually shorts. Something that I thought of on these is be sure to scan both, because I scanned the navy first and it's only worth a hair over 28 bucks, and the black's actually worth like 38 bucks. But don't always like scan everything, because if this like would have been 28 and this 18, the 18 might not have been worth it. Christmas Story, one of the best Christmas movies of all time. Again, great time of year to be sending it in, so I'm going to get that fast. Back on the new trend, so if you haven't caught on, look for new stuff. New pants especially are easy to spot. You just look at the top of the clothing rack, and if you see this, then you look closer at it. And then the other thing I found was this Yankees polo, which for now I think I'm going to hold on to because my son and I are big Yankees fans, but if I need to sell it at some point, I will if we end up not liking it or it doesn't fit him well. I got plenty of Yankees stuff, but yeah, we're going to win the World Series this year. I believe in them. So I'm going to keep throwing out tips and things. So thanks for watching this far, and hope you keep watching. I've almost finished up sorting and things, and then I'll be wrapping up this video so I can get listing. Okay, so this is the last set of stuff to go over. Found this Encarta Encyclopedia 2000. Old computer software surprisingly does well. This is a box. Games in boxes do really well. People like big box games. Again, more diapers. Only found one pack. Think it was the color of this week, so thinking that maybe next week I'll find some more of them. They probably just haven't priced them yet. They got separated. Found this Nike Pro Combat little baseball warm-up shirt. Ken Griffey Jr. is supposed to be who that is. Tommy Bahama, the silk shirt that I mentioned finding. It's been a while since I found the 100% silks. Tommy Bahama's a lot sell each day, but this one being pretty plainish, I typically might have left it some days, but today I went ahead and grabbed it. This backpack, Pinzon, never heard of the brand, makes me think of something somebody got on a cruise in a port in Mexico because it says made in Mexico, but cool little backpack and actually worth a little bit. Some Roundtree York Smart Travel pants, again, new. You just got to look for this. Easy to find new things. And then the Levi's that I mentioned, the 569s, 34, got to measure the inseam or it might be on the other tag. Found these UK Go Big Blue Nike shoes. Not a UK fan, so not keeping those. If they were Cardinals, I might keep them. And then at a little hole-in-the-wall thrift shop that I go to, I found this stuff. So hole-in-the-wall thrift shops, you can tend to get better prices than the chains like Goodwill and stuff. So don't be afraid to go in the hole. But one thing to think about with the hole-in-the-wall ones is sometimes it's not worth to go every week. So this one, I 50-50 on if I go every week or not. But cool 49ers little 3D embossed mug, officially licensed. The Psychology of a Criminal Conduct book, and then this cool Dark Knight book. And as I was taking the stickers off of these books, it reminded me that some of you may not know the best way to take stickers off. There's these things called Scotty Pillars, and you can just scrape them off, and they also come with one with a blade, but I don't use it a lot. I just use these plastic ones. But there's a link in my description for these. They're really cheap on Amazon, and they save you a lot of time to get stickers off. So with that, I'm going to leave this video here so I can start listing this stuff, because when I'm recording and things, I can't take pictures. So be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing. If you have any questions and things, be sure to leave them in the comment. If you leave a comment, I will respond. And like I said, I'm officially back, so check out my other old videos and things. And thanks for watching. And the trash elf will be back in another day. I got a big pile of stuff to send to Amazon, so I think my next pile or video will probably be sending stuff to Amazon and walking through my process on that. So thanks for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing, ask questions in the comments, and let's all make some money together.